Imagine spending millions of dollars on a luxury home built on one of the world's most famous man-made islands. Every morning, you wake up to breathtaking ocean views, private beaches, and the glittering skyline of Dubai. This is Palm Jumeirah, an engineering marvel that transformed Dubai into a global symbol of luxury and ambition. But what if this iconic island isn't as permanent as it appears? What if the very foundation beneath these luxury villas is slowly changing? Palm Jumeirah was created using millions of tons of sand dredged from the Persian Gulf and shaped into the form of a giant palm tree. When construction began in 2001, many believed it was impossible. Yet within a few years, Dubai had achieved what seemed unimaginable. The project became a symbol of human innovation and determination. However, some experts have raised concerns about the long-term future of artificial islands like Palm Jumeirah. They point to erosion, land settlement, rising sea levels, and the constant need for maintenance. While the island is not in immediate danger, these concerns have sparked a debate about whether humanity can truly overcome the forces of nature forever. Today, we'll uncover the truth behind the headlines, explore the science beneath the island, and reveal whether Palm Jumeirah is really facing a future crisis, or if the collapse rumors are simply exaggerated. To understand the concerns surrounding Palm Jumeirah, we first need to understand how it was built. Unlike natural islands formed over thousands of years, Palm Jumeirah was created from scratch. Engineers dredged enormous quantities of sand from the seabed and sprayed it into position using specialized ships. Layer by layer, the island began to take shape. More than 100 million cubic meters of sand were used during construction. To prevent the island from washing away, a massive crescent-shaped breakwater made from millions of tons of rock was built around it. This barrier was designed to protect the island from waves and currents. But creating an island is one thing. Keeping it stable is another. Sand naturally settles over time under its own weight. Even with advanced compaction techniques, some degree of settlement is unavoidable. Engineers anticipated this and designed the island accordingly, but settlement continues to occur gradually over decades. Another challenge is erosion. Ocean currents constantly move sand from one location to another. Without maintenance, coastlines can slowly change shape. That's why Palm Jumeirah requires continuous monitoring and engineering support. While these processes are normal and expected, they remind us that artificial islands are not static structures. They are dynamic environments that require constant attention. The island's survival depends not only on how well it was built, but also on how effectively it is maintained in the years ahead. One of the biggest concerns facing coastal developments around the world is rising sea levels. As global temperatures increase, glaciers and ice sheets melt, adding more water to the oceans. At the same time, warmer water expands, causing sea levels to rise even further. For Palm Jumeirah, this presents a long-term challenge. Much of the island sits only a few meters above sea level. Even relatively small increases in ocean height can place additional pressure on coastal defenses and infrastructure. Critics often claim that Palm Jumeirah is sinking beneath the ocean, but that's not entirely accurate. The reality is more complicated. Engineers can adapt coastal projects by raising protective barriers, reinforcing shorelines, and improving drainage systems. However, these solutions require ongoing investment and planning. The challenge isn't necessarily that the island will suddenly disappear beneath the waves. Instead, it's that maintaining the island could become increasingly expensive over time. This is a challenge shared by coastal cities around the globe, from Miami to Amsterdam. Palm Jumeirah simply represents one of the most visible examples of humanity's effort to build against nature. As environmental conditions continue to change, the question becomes whether future generations will be willing and able to invest the resources needed to preserve such ambitious projects. The answer may determine the island's future more than any single environmental threat. Surprisingly, one of Palm Jumeirah's earliest challenges came from within its own design. The massive breakwater protecting the island was extremely effective at blocking waves, but it also restricted the natural flow of water. Soon after construction, experts noticed that water circulation inside the palm-shaped structure was slower than expected. This raised concerns about water quality and marine ecosystems. When water becomes trapped, oxygen levels can decrease, potentially affecting marine life. Engineers responded by modifying the breakwater and creating additional openings that allowed water to flow more freely. The solution worked, but the incident highlighted an important lesson. Even the most advanced engineering projects can produce unexpected consequences. Palm Jumeirah is not simply a collection of buildings on sand. It is a complex system involving ocean currents, coastal processes, environmental conditions, infrastructure, and human activity. Every component interacts with the others. Because of this complexity, the island requires constant monitoring. Engineers track shoreline movement, settlement rates, environmental conditions, and structural performance. So far, these efforts have been successful. Yet the island is still relatively young compared to natural landforms that have existed for thousands of years. No one can say with complete certainty how such a massive artificial island will perform over centuries. Palm Jumeirah remains one of the largest real-world experiments in modern coastal engineering, and its ultimate success story is still being written. So, is Palm Jumeirah actually about to collapse? The short answer is no. Despite dramatic headlines and alarming social media posts, there is no evidence suggesting that the island is on the verge of structural failure. Thousands of people continue to live there. Luxury resorts welcome visitors every day. Businesses operate normally, and property values remain among the highest in the region. The collapse narrative often oversimplifies complex engineering realities. Every major infrastructure project faces maintenance challenges. Bridges require inspections. Airports need upgrades. Dams need repairs. Artificial islands are no different. Palm Jumeirah's future depends on continuous investment and careful management. The real issue isn't whether the island will suddenly collapse tomorrow. The real question is how much effort and money will be required to preserve it over the coming decades. Engineers have already demonstrated that many challenges can be managed through technology and maintenance. However, these solutions are not free. As environmental pressures increase, the cost of protecting coastal developments may continue to rise. Palm Jumeirah's story is ultimately about the balance between human ambition and natural forces. Rather than facing imminent destruction, the island faces a long-term test of sustainability. Whether it succeeds or struggles will depend on decisions made for generations to come. The lessons learned in Dubai could influence projects across the globe. For now, Palm Jumeirah remains standing strong, a testament to human ingenuity and a fascinating experiment in our ongoing relationship with the natural world.